Hello. It's been a long time. I know. I don't know where I left off, but it doesn't really matter that much. Today, I went on a trip with my roommate and his girlfriend out into the Keys of Florida. It was a good time. It's always interesting for me to spend time with the two of them together because it's like I spent my fair share of time with them um, before and also mostly during while they've been dating. And it's just like sometimes just like watching them fight, which happens pretty often, just seeing how they set each other off is very funny to me. Also kind of annoying. But it's fine. I just did my thing. I didn't talk much. I played my guitar and I said thank you at the end of the night. Can they really ask for more? I don't think so, really. But now I'm in my home alone. I've spent this and last night will make 2 nights that I've just been alone in my house that normally has 5 people in it. And it's something. Especially at night. Definitely feels lonelier in here. And it's interesting for me to say that because I'm not really someone who considers themselves a lonely person. I've always been surrounded by great family and friends my whole life, and even now. In a way, it is nice just to have this space to myself, but I definitely do notice that something's missing in the presence of my boys. Let's talk about weed. I have been smoking weed since I was a sophomore in high school. I am now a junior in college. That means we are on our 5th year, baby. 5 years strong of smoking that green. Gosh, I can't believe I also did psychedelics in that same year. The first... Or maybe, no. That was a year later. A year later. More than a year later. Kind of like a year and a half later. But yeah, I've had spaces where it's been less, but if I'm being honest, I've been a regular marijuana user for the last 5 years. This is what we look like. Oh, goodness. And I just smoked before I started this video. Literally, like, grasping at these little crumbs that my roommates left for me. I almost put a fucking stem in there. Because, yeah, getting high is part of my daily routine. And especially now that school has gotten out, it starts so early in the day. And it just keeps going. That's the nature of drugs, You stop getting as high, you gotta grab more. And then they got new ones like this. This has a flavor to it. It's like sweet melon flavored. This card's basically dead. I sucked the life out of it yesterday. I'm glad to go back home for a little bit. For a lot of it, and I'm really glad actually. I think I need it. I came into this semester and I never made a schedule, and that was like the one thing that I was gonna do. Oh, I also got rear-ended. My neck is pretty sore. It's tender. Oh, I got a little something that time. Girls. I have not really been interacting with girls much. And on one hand, it's a good thing because I don't really care about these hoes. And it's, at the end of the day, more of a distraction. till it's not, you know, that's wifey though. And I've also, you know, been off the beating my meat, which is 100% a good thing. But I would be lying if I said I wasn't feeling the itch a little bit. Not that I'm considering breaking my oath with Eric, but it just makes me want to do stuff like download Tinder and other dating apps, hookup apps. And yeah. Oh. It's the sticky situation. You got an itch that comes up, and when you don't scratch it, it gets itchy. And as someone who has gone through this once before with a year of experience under my belt, it doesn't just, you don't really stop thinking about it after a certain amount of months. In fact, some of the months leading up to when it happened were some of my horniest months. I would just be in my classes thinking about sex. I mean, I also had a girlfriend at the time, and it was kind of related to how eventually she was going to come see me. But it's like, just because I wasn't beating my meat doesn't mean I wasn't thinking about sex all the time. And that is what I will say about the nofap thing. Just because you stop beating your meat doesn't mean that you stop being a horny motherfucker. It definitely can help. It can steer you in the right direction. But at the end of the day, it's all about self-control. You know, you don't have to think those horny thoughts. You really don't. They can pop in, and there's nothing you can do about that, truly. But you do have the ability to let them pass. And that's what it's all about. That's what's important. It's not about avoiding these temptations. It's about just facing them and letting them pass. Which is what I probably should do. But I can see myself probably keeping Tinder while I'm in California for a little bit and trying to get something going. When does the cycle end? The cycle of, I don't feel the way I want to. I am going to try to find something in the world that will ease my pain. And then once I get said thing, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then it just happens again. Non-permanent solutions. But I want permanent solutions. And I feel like, in my mind, I have the answer, which is religion. And when I say religion, I really just mean living your life in a way, like the highest way you can imagine, I guess. Or, you know, striving for that. Having that as your guideline of what the correct direction to go is, and just noticing when you're straying from that. Because it will happen. But it doesn't have to. The choice is ours. Oh, my throat hurts. Oh, Lord, my throat hurts. But it's okay, I'm just going to let my voice rest. And I stopped being tenacious about practicing my singing. And that is not okay. Because my voice is my confidence. My voice is my confidence. It's just an instrument that I play, but I don't want to play it poorly. No, I don't want to play it poorly. Feeling like you like 4-leaf. Benny man, I don't want me. Be. Okay, it's time to stop this one.